All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to first, I'm Shane Rice. I don't guess that had to be first. Anyway, I'm Shane Rice, manager for inbound, our search marketing, and kicking off our inbound marketing team recap call for the week of January 7th, not July 7th. We're not there yet. And I'm going to kick off by looking at metrics. And so I'll share my screen and go through what's in the agenda so that everyone watching later has some visuals to follow along with. So we are 72.5% of the way through the quarter as of yesterday. And pace so far. So, our goal is to grow traffic 20% year over year. Had seen some changes in that over the last few months, especially in, September, October into, the holiday season and actually started picking back up from where we've been. So I just want to share these graphs so you can see kind of what happened in December, because I think there's some really encouraging things we can see here. So this is new users that are visiting any Gitlab.com site where we're running Google Analytics right now. And you can see in December that we're actually growing pretty significantly year over year. So, about 10% a day over where we were in 2019. So, that's super encouraging. And that's part of the reason why we're seeing this new user growth go from a negative number to climbing back into positive territory. So, excited about that. We see the same thing when we look at page views. We see the page views are up over 2019 in December as well. And so, I just want to point out that while these numbers are not where we want them to be, we are seeing improvement, and that is a very encouraging sign. And moving to the strategic marketing breakout buckets, if we look here, what we see is, hold on just a second, my share screen thing got in the way there. All right, so we look at this. We're actually climbing up here too. So this was, we're up like a couple of tenths of a percentage here. The comparison solutions areas those page views are growing again year over year. So not everything's positive here. We still see the product page bucket and analysts are still lagging a little behind. But we are the search marketing team is actually looking at the product page buckets and looking at how we can improve the structure there, and then how that structure can help us, lead more people into these pages as they consider Gitlab as their DevOps solution. So moving on to the final segment of metrics that we're going to cover for this week, looking at the inbound Mql commitments for, let me change this. I just realized this still says Q4 fiscal year 21. And so we knew that coming out of the holiday season that these numbers were going to be a little bit behind. And so what we see here is, our pace is, below 60% for large MQLs, below 90 for mid-market and SMB. But again, I think the numbers there, they miss part of the story. So when we look at the graph, what we see is, so we're actually down a little bit year over year in November when it came to MQLs. 9,199 total for November 2019. And November 20, we were, 9,061. So, a little bit of a drop there. But I think what the real difference maker here is when you look at December, I was expecting a much steeper drop in MQLs just because of the time of year. But you can see, we outperformed December 2019 at a significant rate, almost double. Very encouraging to see. And this January number here, remember, is, we're looking at the first week of January. So I do anticipate the pace will increase, but I don't know how close we'll get to those MQL numbers. So that wraps up the metrics portion of the call as far as what I have to present. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to point out about any of the numbers that we see here?
I see OKR opportunities for next quarter.
Good.
Anyone else notice that? Like I was thinking about, we could probably get those product pages bumped up a little bit, going back to the strategic marketing buckets. So that's one thing I noticed.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely something we're thinking about on search marketing already. And so I think extending that to the broader team and thinking through, what do we need to do there? I think that's an exciting opportunity for us. All right. Well, that concludes the metrics portion. And so with that, I will pass it over to Mike.
Hey everyone. Yeah, before we jump into show and tell, let's just pop up to a little bit of housekeeping. I'd like to introduce Laura Duggan. Actually, I think I'm saying your last name right. Am I getting that right, Laura? Okay, good. I was kind of nervous about saying your last name this morning, so we hadn't covered that. But yeah, Laura is joining our digital experience team, the newest full-time member as front-end engineer. Really, really excited to have Laura join the team. She has this very cool background in like product design, UX, and front-end engineering. So kind of has all angles of the design thinking triangle covered. Kind of a pretty rare reality. So yeah, having her be able to like focus her skill on what our potential and current customers need is going to be amazing. So Laura, welcome to the team. Really, really happy to have you. Thought I'd queue up a couple questions for you so we can get to know you a little bit more. So first off, if you could give yourself advice like right now to the 10-year ago version of yourself based on what you've learned since then, what would it be?
I would say like general life advice is to go through life assuming that people around you want to help, like people have positive intent. I felt like, 10 years ago, I was a little bit nervous. Am I doing the right thing? Am I being annoying? Am I asking too many questions? And everywhere that I've worked or gone to school, pretty much anyone you interact with, for the most part, are eager to help you and move forward with you. And you get this kind of reciprocal relationship with them. It's people aren't as spooky as you think they are, and then also get into tech earlier, just like maybe invest in Tesla. I don't know, other small pieces of advice, but mostly people are good. Crystal
ball stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's fascinating. And thanks for sharing. The one we always ask everybody, which of GitLab's values resonates with you the most and why?
Yeah, I would say that collaboration, mostly like a bowl of collaboration with iteration like sprinkled on top, but like mostly collaboration. I think that it's, again, kind of tying in with the whole people want to help you thing. It's great to be on a team that dedicates time to helping work with each other, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses, and amplifying each other that way. It's really great to be on a team that works together, especially being a fully remote team. And so far in my limited time here, I've only been here for a week and a half, but I've seen a lot of collaboration and it's been really, really great. And then iteration, working in small chunks and getting small improvements out quickly is also just a great value and a great way to work.
Awesome. That's all amazing. Yeah, we snuck Laura in the last week before holidays to get the week of onboarding kind of wrapped up. So she's all onboarded. And if anyone is interested in having a very cool conversation, please feel free to reach out and set up a coffee chat with Laura. She's awesome. And I'm so thrilled that you're joining our team.
Yeah, please do.
So on to show and tell. Looks like, Chrissy, we have you first. And as a reminder, anyone who wants to sharing your screen is awesome. This is so exciting to see everything that everybody's doing. Looking forward to hearing your story. So Chrissy, kick it off.
Hello, everyone. So I wanted to share my screen and talk about a new CI ebook that is probably going live either later today or tomorrow, called How to Convince Leadership to Adopt CI/CD. So the content for this ebook was interesting because Senior Product Marketing Manager William Chia has this really great presentation called Making the Case for CI/CD in Your Organization. It's a popular webcast. And so what I did was I adapted that content from that webcast into an ebook format. So I worked with William to adapt that, add more information, and let me show you the creative final. So we have that webcast available, but then we also have this version of it that's been adapted for ebooks. So people are different kinds of learners. Some people love to sit through a webcast. Sometimes information like this, where you have links to helpful information, is going to be a little bit better and maybe more shareable. So yeah, it's just an example of taking some content and adapting it for a new audience. And Monica did a great job designing it. And so it's in Path Factory if you want to take a look at it, and the landing page is coming up soon. So just wanted to let everyone know that that is something that is in the works, and it's going to be supporting our Seeing is Believing campaign. So yeah, let me, how do I stop sharing? Am I sharing?
You weren't sharing.
You're not.
What? I thought I was. Anyway, let me show you the page. So Monica did a great job of designing this ebook. It's super clean. It's really great. I'm excited to get it onto people's screens. And yeah, as I said, it is in Path Factory if you want to take a look, and the landing page should be live shortly. And then next, looks like we have, what is it? Let's see. Val, you're up.
Okay, so I'm not actually going to share my screen because there are too many pages there, but and they all look the same. So there's nothing really exciting to look at. But in case you didn't know, we tried this quarter to go gung-ho around the term DevOps platform and sort of create enough content to support it that we would have some good SEO return coming out of that. So I've spent a lot of time kind of going where no person has gone before, because unlike some other things we do, we're kind of making this up as we go along. So anyway, we have a number of DevOps platform web articles, some things that have been blogs that have been repurposed to talk about DevOps platform. And I'm finishing up a DevOps platform ebook that will be heading to design tomorrow. So this is just me waving my DevOps platform flag, if that's not too poor of a taste after yesterday. And hang on, let me see who's next. Looks like Lauren. Lauren, over to you.
Okay, hi. Share my screen here. We've made progress on our Q4 OKR of introducing Webpack to our asset build. And we've now migrated our JavaScripts over to Webpack. So Webpack processes, bundles, minimizes. And this has involved 4 MRs so far. We're still going with the ongoing maintenance and catching edge cases. But I just wanted to share that. And it's really exciting. Next, we're going to go over to migrating some of our roll-up components over. And I will pass it over to Sarah.
Sorry, I think I started sharing before I started talking. Oops. So happy New Year, everyone. I just wanted to share a little project that Rebecca and I had been working on prior to the holiday break. Basically, we wanted to make sure that we're incorporating diversity, inclusion, and belonging into our values into our blog content. And yes, we publish a lot of like highly technical content, but making sure that images are inclusive and things like that are things that blog writers and also us as blog editors can keep in mind. So I included links to the 2 handbook pages. So please feel free to check those out. And I'm going to try and share them so you can see them. Just let's see. Did it work? Can you see my screen?
We're looking at the agenda document, Sarah. Oh, now it's open.
Okay.
On the handbook
so
page
here's.
Now.
Thank you. Thanks for being my eyes. So here is the diversity, inclusion, and belonging checklist for blog writers. And we go over things like formatting, inclusive writing, other tips like doing the unconscious bias training, which everyone should have done as part of their onboarding. And then for editors, for us, making sure that we're kind of going through this checklist, people using their preferred pronouns, keeping sentences short and concise so they're easy to read, and also resources to reach out to a team member resource group folks if you have specific questions about a particular blog post. So feel free to check these out, and thanks for your attention.
Okay, I am up next also. I wanted to share some sneaky blog updates that got launched, which is exciting. The first one is release posts can now be included as a related post on a blog. This was, I guess it was a bug that got caught and now it's fixed. So down here, you can pull in release posts, and before, because the release blog is separate from the, I call it regular blog. So that's cool. And the second thing that I wanted to do or show is we now have a tags page for our release blog. So if you go to this releases/tags page, this will show all the tags that are in the release blog, along with all the posts that are in the release blog. And this is different from our blog tags page. As you can see, this blog's much bigger, many more tags, lots of posts. So those two are now up, and we'll continue iterating on that and making it better. And we are over to shout outs.
I don't think Becky's on the call here, but Lauren, I see you've got the first one, so why don't you just keep rolling?
Okay. Big shout out to Tyler. He fixed Gitlab runner for our www repo, which just really going to help our developer experience out. I was missing that for like last 6 months a lot. And big shout out to Michael for bringing our digital experience team together and really fostering amazing collaboration between our team. It's really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to give a shout out to everyone on the digital experience team as well. Just over the holiday break, there was intermittent people taking time off, people around, and like we actually got a ton of stuff done, which I think is a nice reminder of like when everything's quiet, you can actually get a lot of work done. So it was nice to see and to come back and see like iterations of the homepage live. I was just like, what? Everyone is amazing. So thanks so much. It's so cool. Erica, you're up next.
Thank you, Michael. Just wanted to say a big thank you to Brock and Danielle for their work this week, so I could get a couple more days of peace in to keep us chugging along on digital production and encouraging me to actually go away. And then also an extra thank you to Brock for helping me really have probably my most restful, my most restful time off since my time here. So thank you for jumping in and working so hard. And I'm excited for this year with the whole team. So moving forward to Jess, it looks like.
Thanks, Erica. I just wanted to shout out two of our devs, Sanmi and Javi. They very graciously offered a couple hours of their time to help me with some ad hoc user research while we're still kind of getting some tools set up to work with our users. And it's something I literally could not have done by myself because I didn't understand half of what was being asked. So really, really helpful, and it really set us up for a foundation of good user research going forward. Thanks, guys. Let me pass it to Shane.
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, so I just want to shout out Niall, Hannah, Dan, and Daniel at SALT as well for the work they're doing around SEO. I made a short video about this with Dan earlier in the week, but December 2nd, we had just over 100,000 keywords ranking for about.gitlab.com. On January 2nd, we had over 150,000. So we had almost a 50,000 keyword increase in less than 30 days. And part of that's a Google algorithm change. That doesn't translate to traffic yet because we're, when we rank, that's like, saying we're in the top 100 results, let's say, right? So it's not saying we're getting traffic yet, but the fact that we increased that number that much during such a short time period, and it is related to some changes Google made, but changes that team has been making, those people have been making, are making the conditions right so that about.gitlab.com is well positioned and prepared for those changes. And when it happens, we're able to increase our coverage, increase our exposure, and we're going to start seeing that translate to more and more traffic as we keep going forward. So shout out to everybody that's been working hard on the SEO side of things for Gitlab.com. And with that, I'll pass it over to Brock.
Yeah, I just wanted to, she beat me to it, but I wanted to echo Erica's sentiment. I wanted to thank Danielle and Erica. Both were really encouraging for me to take some time off, my first stretch of time off in this role. And that's always kind of a nervous thing when you're new in a job. And Erica encouraged it and protected it and didn't mind, was very enthusiastic about it in a time where things are at a high pace. And then coming back, I kind of felt like I was a bit overwhelmed, I think, in my first couple of days in terms of picking up all the threads and everything. And I want to thank Danielle. I had a really lovely call with her that kind of settled me down and helped me see things for what they were. And I'm really grateful to be working with all of you really in a place where you can bounce between these uncomfortable moments and everybody comes out with such a wonderful energy. I'm happy to be here. I think Tina's next.
I've been quiet this call because I'm still groggy from the holiday, but I wanted to speak up and give a big shout out to Lauren. My Monday started off awkward with the power outages and Slack was down and our car was broken and my husband was stuck at home. And then we met up to talk about, our sprint this week, and she was just full of energy, showed me tons of exciting stuff for the CMS and just completely energized me. And I just wanted to, acknowledge that. And also a shout out to Tyler. He's helped me a lot with some kind of, my tech fluency is not as high as it could be. And he's an amazing mentor and has helped me a lot with setting up Gitlab on my local and showing me how to use terminal. And so thank you. And if anyone needs help, sorry to put you in the spotlight, but he's just very easy to talk to. Next up is Danielle.
Yeah, just quick shout out to Brock. He did his first MR and created a whole page. So it's a pretty substantial MR. So just really awesome. And if anyone else is struggling with that and needs some help kind of getting over to the other side, I'm very happy to help. It's super exciting. So thanks for your contributions, Brock. And with that, I don't see any other shout outs. Anybody else? Last call. We're a little late to the strategy and tactics, but I told them in the marketing Slack room. So hopefully they won't mind that we're all about to join it once. But hey, I'm really happy we're all back together. Things are going to get better this week. I like hearing some folks are green. Thanks for bringing the positive energy to bring us all along. And I'll see you all next week. Bye.